Hello, college reading and writing groups. Today is Monday, May 11th. We have a big week of writing ahead of us. Hopefully you had a good weekend. I know the weather was not great, but hopefully you had some time to wish your mamas or your grandmas or your sisters with babies or your aunts or whatever it might be a happy Mother's Day. We love you guys. Hopefully we're showing it for the most part. My daughter Julia, who is 8, decided to jump out of a large box we had set aside for recycling at 6:30 in the morning and scare the crap out of me. Is that love or what? I mean, she made me a mama and I couldn't be more proud, right? She's lucky she followed that up with coffee and eggs and cinnamon rolls. Anyway, I love being a mama. It's one of my favorite roles in my whole entire life. So, anyway, back to our stuff. Sorry, little tangent there. I miss talking to people. I miss you guys so much. So, we're going to get going here. Agenda for the week. We have word work today that we're going to look at. Then we're going to talk about things to avoid in your writing. I've got a YouTube video each day this week, except for Friday, I think, where you will be learning and improving your writing by implementing the information from each of those videos. And then I'm going to go over our claim paragraph structure, and you can get started with claim paragraph number 1. If I have not already, I will be grading and giving feedback on your introduction paragraphs. If you have not shared a Word document with me yet, it is time to do that. You really want to focus and make sure that you are not getting behind this week. So let's talk about the plan for the week. Today, Monday, we do have word work. I will go over things to avoid in your writing. You will watch that Analyzing Quotes video, and then you've got claim paragraph number 1. Tuesday, word work. Then you're going to watch a video on active versus passive voice. In our academic writing, we always use active voice. You'll learn about that in that short video. Then you've got claim paragraph number 2 on Tuesday. Wednesday, word work sentences for Group 5 are due in OneNote. Please make sure you have that updated and ready for me to look at. It is out of 30 points. You will also have a video to watch on pronouns that are who, that, and which, and how to use those in your writing. And then finally, claim paragraph number 3 is due by the end of the day on Wednesday. Thursday, we will begin word work for Group 6. You will have counterclaim structure and work time, and there is a counterclaim video I want you to watch. And then Friday, we'll have word work. I'm not sure I'm going to make you do the semicolon video. We'll see how we're doing with our essays at that point. We might just skip it. But we'll see. If we've got time, we'll throw it in. And then Friday, you also have your call to action and conclusion paragraphs. Okay, let's go over our word work that we have so far for Group 5. I will say each word, and then I want you to repeat it after me. Okay, so I'll say the word, give you a moment to say it, and then I'll move on to the next one. Narcissist, nirvana, oblivion, ostentatious, ostracize, panacea, paradox, perfunctory. Okay, and then today's word is precocious. Precocious is an adjective describing the early development or maturity, especially relating to intelligence. So the example sentence I have is, the precocious 10-year-old was accepted to Harvard after creating a clean energy motor for city transportation vehicles. Okay, so precocious is when young kids, usually it's focusing on their intelligence, does something amazing. We have seen precocious ballerinas in 4-year-olds who can do amazing things. Or we've seen precocious talent when it comes to singing in young children. Or if you guys watch some of the younger kids on like The Voice or America's Got Talent, those kids can be considered precocious. So make sure you get your sentence into OneNote. This was our word number 9. Tomorrow is word number 10. And then sentences are due in OneNote on Wednesday. Okay, so let's talk about some things to avoid in your writing of your literary analysis. These should all be reviewed. So first of all, contractions. Write them out. I do not want to see any contractions in your writing. I will probably just highlight them in green as we get going. Numbers. You will write out anything 1 through 9, and then 10 and above, you can just use the number. We are going to avoid vague language. Things like just, so, very, really, kind of, things, stuff. Just get rid of them. If you find yourself typing them out, leave it there for a second and then get rid of it, and your sentence will still make sense and it'll be stronger because you got rid of that vague language. Remember, we're not using I, me, my, myself, you, your, yours. In this writing, you're going to use third person, so he, she, one, people, students, and so on. And then finally, in your literary analysis, you can have a brief summary to set up something like a quote, which is what your YouTube video will be about today. But your focus in the literary analysis is not a summary. So you want to avoid retelling. That's when your paragraphs get really long. If you notice you have a paragraph that's like 10 sentences, start cutting out the summary and get to the point where you are just explaining what the author did, how they did it, and if it was effective. Okay? That's what your literary analysis is. What the author did with whatever prompt you chose, theme, character's struggle, symbols. What did they do? How did they do it? And was it effective? Okay? If you need a brief summary to set up the use of one of your quotes to prove what the author did, how they did it, and was it effective, then you can do that. But you don't want to get carried away. Your paragraph should not be like 10 sentences long. Okay, so today you're going to have a YouTube video that helps you analyze the quotes that you want to use in a literary analysis. It'll help you avoid all of that retelling and really focus on what evidence do you have to prove that the author did what you're saying the author did. Okay, it will help you best strategically use those quotes in your writing to help prove your claims. So take some time and watch that video today. It is linked up in our Schoology folder as well. All right, claim paragraph structure. First of all, please remember that we need to use transition phrases or words to set up each of our paragraphs. There is a link here in the PowerPoint, and there is also a link in your Schoology, the same link in your Schoology folder, that will connect you to a multitude of transitional words, phrases, ways to set up your paragraphs, because we should have some sort of lead-in to what you're going to talk about. So first you've got that transitional word or phrase, then you're going to add your very clear claim. Okay? Don't get wordy here. Be very clear with what your claim is. That's then when you're going to share your evidence from the book. So you're going to include your quote with page number. And then you need to analyze that example that you shared, that evidence that you shared. That's where you're going to explain how did the author use that evidence to prove whatever your prompt is, whether it's theme or character inner struggle or symbolism or figurative language or suspense. Then in that same paragraph, you're going to add another piece of evidence to prove it, and then analyze or give that reason for that proof. Okay? Claim paragraphs 1, 2, and 3, exact same structure. They repeat until you've got your whole focus planned out. If you want to have more than 3 claim paragraphs, that is up to you. And we will talk about the counterclaim on Thursday, and I'll include a YouTube video with that. Use these tools that I am building into Schoology to help you become a better writer, and then use my feedback in our shared Word document to help you grow. Every time I leave feedback or I highlight a comma that you need to add, pay attention to where that is and why I would have done that. And if you ever have questions, please ask me so that I can clarify for you. Okay, there are places for you to look at example claim paragraphs. First of all, you could re-watch The Story of an Hour, which was a YouTube video we watched last week, Tuesday. It had a really great setup and breakdown of how to do those claim paragraphs. And then the second place are the examples in your OneNote. There are 3 different literary analysis examples in OneNote. Check them out, analyze that paragraph structure, and then try to model yours. If you really have no starting point, try to model your paragraph after something that those people, those writers have already done. Okay, you guys, So finally, your claim paragraphs, we have work time today, we have work time tomorrow on Tuesday, and work time on Wednesday. They, as you know, can be constantly improved each day until Monday, May 18th. Okay, you will also, Monday, May 18th is still a fixed day, so it's not due at the beginning of the day Monday, but by the end of the day, 11:59 p.m. on Monday, we're going to wrap everything up and I won't accept any more fixes on those paragraphs. Please be respectful of my time. Keep those emails coming if you want me to look at your paragraphs again. I will definitely do that. I have your essays up every single day, and every single day this week I will go through your essay at least one time, probably more than one time. But please know, like after 4:00 p.m., I'm going to have family time. And so I likely won't be in your essays at that point, but I'll get right back to it the next day. Okay, work hard on these essays. This is kind of like our finale. You don't want a marathon and then pewter out at the end. You want to run strong all the way through the end. And I know our situation with distance learning is not ideal, but I am so excited to see what you guys can do with these papers, and I don't want you to sell yourself short. Okay, make this paper something that you can be proud of in the next week here, and then we'll move on to our final unit, which is a fairly simple one, and you guys can coast from there. All right, take care of yourselves. I look forward to seeing you in your writing. Please email me if you have any questions, and I will be happy to help you out. All right, have a great week, you guys.